Welcome to the Fort Lauderdale real estate market update for April 2017. For the first time in a long time, I have good news for sellers this month. So let's go ahead and get into the data. All right, so finally, a little bit of good news for sellers. Most importantly, let's look at the month-over-month number, which, most of you know I rarely do this, but went from 101 sales, which was petrifying, up to 168 sales for the month. So 66.3% increase month-over-month. Kind of a big deal. Of course, if we look back at the year-over-year figure, we dropped from 184 sales to 168 sales, down 8.7%. So still, just keep it in your mind that sales velocity is still not that strong. And when you throw in there the overall number of listings, we're still at over 1,500 listings. It's come down slightly over the last couple of months, but still a ton of inventory on the market. So sellers, kind of the same story. Make sure you're pricing well, make sure the property's in good condition. And you can sell, it's just a tough market right now. Next, let's move over to the price per square foot. Kind of a non-event here. The charts kind of looked the same for the last year, right? Very little blip, but for the most part, we're holding steady. People are comfortable for that $350 a foot. Again, this is an aggregate number. Don't apply this if you're looking at waterfront real estate. We're going to be in a totally different ballpark. But nevertheless, something good to keep your eye on. Median home prices, same deal year over year. Here we are, flat. Not showing the upward trend that a lot of the rest of the country is kind of seeing, where we're really in sellers markets. Here locally, backed off a little and we're flat year over year, but not on the decline either. Next slide is something that for a while I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to. I think if you've been following the blog for a year and a half or so, this is something I skipped over for a while. But now when you look and you see 117 days on market, what that means for you as a seller is from the time you put your property on the market till the time it goes under contract, you're looking at 117 days. That doesn't include the time for financing and closing. So we're still up around that 6 months or so is a realistic time frame to get your property sold if it's in good condition, if it shows well. So don't think that you're going to sell in 2 weeks or less right now in the market. It does happen, don't get me wrong, but it's more of an anomaly than something that's happening all the time. And again, you see we went from 98 days a year ago to 117 days, 19.4% change. So headed kind of in the wrong direction there. A little longer to sell, but we're still getting some sales done. Months of inventory. I mean, last month was brutal. We were up there over 15 months and I was panicking myself. But we've calmed down to 9 months. Still, buyers are in control of this market. For those that don't know, 6 months is what we consider a neutral market. More than 6 months and it's considered buyers are in control of the market. Less than 6 months, it's a seller's market. So year over year, we went from 7.8 months to 9.1, 16.7% jump up. But I think that the big headline for some sellers and for some buyers who've been sitting on the sidelines is that we went from 15.7 months down to 9.1. It's a decline of 42.1%. So that's a pretty big deal. For those that are just watching this or reading my blog for the first time, a little bit of a recap. I only cover zip codes 33301, 04, 05, 15, and 16. So basically the downtown core area and the beach. All of this is not going to be applicable to Fort Lauderdale as a whole, much less to Broward County, much less to the state of Florida, or a lot of what you read in the national trend magazines or national outlets. My final note for the day is we've just seen another proposal come into Flagler Village for more rental units. So we're now up into several thousand rental units coming online. Who's this really going to affect most? Well, two kinds of people. If you bought for investment in kind of the downtown core area, your rental rates are likely, they've probably peaked, or you're going to start to see them pull back a little bit. However, we're building no new inventory to sell. So there's a little bit of an area, I think, here now. If you bought for investment, and if you bought at the bottom of the market, maybe now is the time to take the money off the table, get the property on the market, because I think your net caps are going to start to climb down, especially as insurance rates continue to climb up. The HOA dues, I think, will probably take a bit of an uptick in this coming year as well. So please, if you're thinking of buying and selling in Fort Lauderdale, give me a call. Let's talk about it. Thanks again for watching, and hopefully this one goes viral. I've got lots of nifty new tricks in it. So take care, everyone.